Fly ball. This is deep into left field.
Go.
That ball's out of here. Home run.
I'm not saying that baseballs are back to being fully juiced, but that home run from Trevor Story on a ball that almost kissed the dirt, that one looked a little bit sus, I'm not going to lie. But then again, Trevor Story, he's a dog. What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We have a lot to talk about today. Sandy Alcantara is officially making a case as the best pitcher in all of Major League Baseball. The Pirates were facing off against the Yankees in a little revenge series because the Yankees have stolen all of their best players, and Seiya Suzuki had a big day for the Chicago Cubs. If you guys are going to any baseball games, whether they're Major League or minor league or any concerts, use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save yourself 20 bucks off your entire order, and also hit that subscribe button. We're so close to 400K. I'm not being dramatic. This is not hyperbolic. This Orioles-Rangers game was one of the craziest games, not just of the year, but that I have ever seen. Jorge Mateo drove in the first run, and Cedric Mullins, as well as Trey Mancini, quickly followed up to make it 4-0. But then, just like the Fire Nation in Avatar: The Last Airbender, the Rangers attacked. Semien and Seager bring it within one, and Mitch Garver charged up for this one, so he now has 10 home runs in just 50 games, which is pretty solid. Remember what I said though, this game was absolutely bonkers, so the Orioles find some holes to reclaim the lead, going up by 3 in the 7th, only to have late game Nate tied up on a 3-run pimp job. My goodness, I think that ball went 440 feet. Ryan McKenna then pimps a home run of his own for a go-ahead home run, only to have Corey Seager say solo home run. That's cute. There's a 2-run blast for the lead. That was Corey's 16th home run, and that definitely wasn't Rougned Odor's 16th home run, but regardless, Rougned ties it up again, and then later in the 10th, Cedric Mullins walks it off in the bottom of that frame. Baltimore became the first team ever to blow leads in the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th, all on home runs, and still win the game. The future is very bright. Orioles now have 2 of the top 5 prospects in all of baseball in Grayson Rodriguez and Gunnar Henderson. You also have Heston Kjerstad with a 500 on-base percentage in the minors. The Baltimore Orioles are going to be stacked. So now that we've spent the last few minutes talking about one single franchise, let's talk about a division, the NL East. So we saw Mad Max return to the bump after basically missing over a month, and boy was he worth the wait. Nick Lodolo of the Reds was ready for him though, striking out 8 hitters and 4 1/3, which is very impressive. Nick had to come out of the game because he was almost at 90 pitches before the 5th. While Max Scherzer was pumping gas and throwing sliders into the 6th inning, he struck out 11 Reds over 6 scoreless, allowed just 2 base runners, but again, the Red staff came to play. This one heads to the 9th, where it's still tied. Hunter Strickland had a clean 9th, so it went to the bottom of that frame. Seth Lugo walked a few to create a jam for himself, and there it is. The walk-off sac fly. That is a tough L for a team that was hoping to get back into the win column after getting their second best pitcher back, Mad Max, but unfortunately, the Mets, they do take a tough L. So because we just talked about the Mets, of course, we have to talk about the Atlanta Braves. I think they wanted to go home early because they tore apart the Cardinals for the first hour of this game. Matt Olson singled home Ronald, and Austin Riley brought home Matt with a 2-run home run. Riley now has 21 home runs and 51 RBIs, and he just turned 25 years old. This Braves team is loaded with young guys, including this next guy, William Contreras. He's 24 years old. That 2-run blast gives him 10 on the year. He has a crazy 143 OPS plus. Austin Riley and Matt Olson both bring home an RBI each in the 4th, as Ian Anderson cruised for an easy day at the office. So if we're going to talk about the Mets, and then we're going to talk about the Braves, we have to talk about the Phillies. And this next game was the equivalent of getting pantsed in public while you're not wearing any undies, because the Phillies straight up embarrassed the Nationals. Schwarber hit a massive home run in the 1st, and then, I mean, this is not deja vu. He had another one. He now has 25 home runs on the season, 51 home runs over the last 162 games. You have Christopher Sanchez carving up Washington for 5 shutout innings, and the Phillies offense went off for 11 runs on the day. JT Realmuto is heating up. That's a 2-run home run, and then you have Castellanos and Bohm. They both had 2-run singles to completely rip it open. So both Atlanta and Philly are on 2-game winning streaks, and the Mets, after that L, they're now only 2.5 games ahead of the Braves for first place. Sandy Alcantara is a literal cyborg. Like, this guy is straight from the 1980s when pitchers would go 6, 7, 8, 9 innings almost every single start, because he refuses to come out unless he's thrown 7+. Garrett Cooper and Brian Daly Cruz gave him 2 runs on 2 solo shots, and Sandy said, okay guys, hop on my back, I got this. 10 strikeouts over 8 shutout innings, and what's most impressive is he walked no one and was throwing 101 into the 8th inning. inning. He lowered his season ERA to 1.82 and has now gone 7+ innings in 11 straight starts and is making a case to be the best pitcher in baseball. Yeah, I said it. Or at the very least, he's making a case to be the All-Star Game starter over Tony Gonsolin of the Dodgers. I mean, look at this graphic right here. He gets better in the 8th and the 9th inning. Opponent batting averages get lower and lower. Regardless, the Marlins have now won 6 in a row after Tanner Scott closed it out for his 10th save, and they're one of several young teams with an insanely bright future ahead of them. I can't wait to see Sixto Sanchez healthy and Max Meyer in that rotation. The youngsters erupted in the first half of this one. Bobby Witt Jr. and MJ Melendez brought home the first 2 runs, and then Bobby cleared everything on a 2-run missile, 430 feet to space. That's 12 home runs, 42 RBIs, and 12 stolen bases. But I can't believe I'm saying this. He has a -8 DRS at shortstop this year. I was wondering why his WAR was pretty low. Anyways, Jake Myers continues to mash, and the other AL Rookie of the Year candidate, along with J-Rod and Bobby Witt Jr., Jeremy Pena smashes his 12th home run, but unlike Bobby Witt Jr., he has an otherworldly 9 DRS on the season. Bregman connects for a 2-run bomb, and Aledmus Diaz as well as Yordan Alvarez, they take care of the rest. Yordan has been nothing short of an MVP. Not only did he make that throw to nab Hunter Dozier at home, but then he ripped his 25th home run of the season. He's hitting .313 with a 202 OPS plus. Aaron Judge and J-Ram have kind of been slipping lately in the MVP race. I still have Judge right now, but Ohtani, he's been playing well. You have Yordan, who is doing everything you need a baseball player to do. I mean, he's been sensational. The Cubs have been about that action when facing Milwaukee, and they proved that yet again in yesterday's game. Ian Happ brings home Nico Horner, and Seiya Suzuki is back, ladies and gentlemen. That's his first over-the-fence home run since returning from injury. He has a 130 OPS plus and about 19 extra base hits in his first 43 games. Ortega triples home too, and then was credited with a steal of home later on. And that was right before Seiya Suzuki singled home another run, which is very nice to see because he lit the league on fire to begin the season right before he got injured. So I'm happy that he's back and raking already. So I feel like we haven't talked about Kevin Kiermaier in a few weeks, so I guess it's cool to see him clear the bases in the top of the first. Boston, they come back to tie it up pretty quickly as both starters in this one were roughed up pretty good. But the Rays stormed back for a big-time 6th inning. They put up a 4 spot, and of course, Isaac Paredes continues to rake as he drove home the 8th and final run for the Tampa Bay Rays. So both Boston and Tampa Bay are currently in the playoffs right now thanks to the wild card, and the Red Sox are 1 game ahead of Tampa. So let me know in the comments, who do you think is the better team? Chris Sale is almost back, by the way, for the Red Sox. Oh, great. Another pathetic, putrid performance from the Cleveland Guardians. The Tigers handed it to us as Victor Reyes drove home 2, and Riley Green is proving that he is the catalyst of this team. Eric Haas has been a man amongst boys lately. His OPS plus is back over 100 for the season. Riley doubles home 2 in the 5th. He's already 2nd in WAR for every single player on the Tigers, and he's only played 16 games. Victor Reyes drove home the final run, and he had a 3 RBI night, and the Tigers were so confident that they brought in a relief pitcher to close this out. Usually it's the other way around. The team that is getting smacked brings in a relief pitcher, which is what the Guardians did. But AJ Hinch was so unimpressed by Cleveland's offense that he said, yeah, we're going to close this out using hitters. Just one of the more embarrassing losses, in my opinion, as a member of a Cleveland baseball fan. I mean, it's just terrible. All right, so this is the revenge series. You might be thinking, Fuzzy, do you know that the Pirates are playing against the Yankees? Well, the Yankees stole Clay Holmes, Jameson Taillon, and I mean, Garrett Cole once upon a time was a member of the Pirates, but they actually got some revenge because Vogie dismantled this pitch for his 11th home run of the season, and rookie Jack Sawinski is really going for it this year. 14 home runs, a 122 OPS plus in his first 62 games of the season, and the Pirates kept adding to the revenge tour with an RBI double from Ben Gamel, and this was all off of Jameson Taillon. That was really the defining factor of the payback. O'Neal Cruz was flying, by the way, when he scored on this one. Jose Quintana struck out 7 Yankees in 5 innings, and he left after allowing 1 earned run, while Taillon got torched for 5, and the Pirates showed they don't need Clay Holmes. They have David Bednar, 13 saves, a 2.37 ERA. Now, I just want to show this clip as well because I thought it was a lot of fun. 20 years ago today, this day in MLB history, Daryl Ward hit the first ever home run into the Allegheny River with this 480-foot blast. Now, I don't want to jinx anything, but the Mariners are surging right now. Let me knock on wood so Mariners fans don't get mad at me. Sam Haggerty hit a solo shot, and Dylan Moore drove in 2 on a double to left field. Dylan Moore is hitting 184, which is terrible, but he has an above average 106 OPS plus because he just gets on base. Sam Haggerty brings home Dylan Moore, and Logan Gilbert picked apart San Diego for his 10th win of the season, so he improves to 10-3 after throwing 5 1/3, only 1 run allowed as he struck out 1 in the process, so kind of a weird start for Logan Gilbert. JP Crawford added 2 more to push it past a save opportunity, and don't look now, but the Mariners are on a 4-game winning streak, just 1 game back of being back to 500. Also, I forgot to mention the Astros have won 8 in a row, so the Mariners have a lot of catching up to do. Now, I think it's pretty common knowledge at this point, if you've been watching these videos, that the Dodgers have been struggling mightily against Colorado this year, but the core of the Dodgers lineup made sure that this one wasn't going to be close of a game. You have Max Muncy connecting on a 2-run blast, and then Mookie ran into his 18th home run. He's been slumping, but he's been so good this year. Even though he's slumping, he has a near 150 OPS plus. Justin Turner had an RBI, and Ryan Pepio was fantastic. 1 earned run over 5, and the newcomer, who isn't really a newcomer, Trace Thompson, the former Dodger, who's now a Dodger again, rips an RBI for Brusdar Graterol, who showed 0 empathy and remorse. He made light work by striking out 2 for his second save. That guy is filthy. The Dodgers are back up to a 5.5 game lead over the Padres after the Padres have lost 2 of their last 2 games. So that's 2 in a row. Speaking of 2 in a row, there's no way the Blue Jays lose back-to-back games against the A's, right? Okay, so there's the former Athletic Matt Chapman really rubbing it in the faces of A's fans with a majestic 425-foot blast, but there's some hope. Sean Murphy gets the lead back on a sac fly, and Chad Pinder takes a walk with the bases loaded. Teoscar tried to rally the troops, but Piscotty, he stole that run right back with the home run, and Louis Trevino has a clean 9th inning and picks up his 6th save of the year. And yeah, the A's do send the Blue Jays to a 2-game losing streak, and the A's win just their 2nd series in their last 12. Now, I keep forgetting that Geraldo Perdomo is just 22 years old, and that this Diamondbacks team is really setting themselves up nicely for the future. The Giants bullpen caved in on itself in the 8th inning, allowing 2 to score on simply mental mistakes. Then, the Swiss Army knife himself had to close the door on this one. Dalton Varsho hit one into the pool. That is 12 home runs, 41 RBIs for the utility man. The Diamondbacks win easy, although it did take a lot of grinding. And then last but not least, I guess I was wrong about when the home run derby was, because I thought it was on July 18th, but apparently it's in early July, as it was yesterday in Chicago. The Twins broke out for 5 home runs in this one. First from Kepler, there's one from rookie Jose Miranda. Then the veteran Jorge Polanco got in on the action with a 2-run blast, and the youngster Alex Kirilloff torched the White Sox for 2 long balls, and I think he's finally figuring it out a little bit, which is scary to say out loud because Kirilloff his potential is really unlimited. He's hitting .306 with a near 900 OPS over the last 14 games. The Twins are back to 10 games over 500, and they're 4.5 games ahead of Cleveland for first place after Cleveland's implosion down in Detroit. Well, that does it for today's recap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and enjoy the Web Gems.
Kate has life. It's good enough.
Back to the mound, and a backhand play by Matzik. Wow. How good was that?
This is all instinctive here. That's something you don't practice, Paul. It just happens, right?
Little pop-up behind first. Who's going to get it? Piscotty coming in, and he goes into a dive, and he caught it.
Slams it deep to center. Alec Thomas backing up to the wall. Oh, he just got it. He's an amazing defender. That ball hit straight over his head. He's running in a straight line back toward the center field wall.
On to second base is in time, evidently, according to Larry Vanover. In from center field, diving catch by Brian Reynolds. That's right. He just robbed Stanton of a base hit, and the Yankees of a 2-1 lead.
25 and 14 with him, and 25 and 16 without him.
Reaching for this, so he has a little bit of a leg up on it. And Luis Garcia slides and bounce like.
Wendell to center field. That's hit well. Mike Trout going back on that. He has to leap up, and there you go. Make a play, Trout.
Well, we said he might like playing center field, and he wasn't anticipating getting all this action right away, especially with a ground ball pitcher like Syndergaard. But what a play that was. Leap up.
Voit goes left center field. It's going to be Julio diving. Did he get it? And he did. Good catch. The second base umpire, he made the call. That's why outfielders have those big gloves.
Late break.